Today, we're reviewing Convergence. Now, Convergence is a really cool torn and restored with a rubber band, okay? Now, I'm only going to show you one part of the entire performance right now to just kind of give you an idea of what it looks like if you don't know what Convergence is. If you do know, you've probably seen the trailer, but I'm going to show you that it is doable, okay, for anybody. I learned this not too long ago, and it's pretty simple. You know, you show that you have the band broken. You take the bands and you take the ends, and you say, if I take the ends, I can make the ends go back together. If I want to take the ends apart, I can go like that, and they come apart. All right, so that's the first half of the performance. So there you get to actually see it. I'm not going to do the rest because you can obviously go watch the trailer, but I'm going to tell you this. It looks exactly the way it does in the trailer. You can perform it, and we're going to talk about how difficult it is, how good the teaching is, and all sorts of other details such as reset time and stuff like that. So before we do that though, if you like awesome magic and you like me doing reviews, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're going to do all of that and you want to learn more really cool magic, then you can find really cool unique magic that can't be learned anywhere else on the Elite Magic Academy website linked down below. So if you want to see that cool stuff, you can go ahead and check that out as well. All right, let's actually talk about the review today. So Convergence. How powerful of a trick is it? Is it what the trailer says? And the answer is yes, it's exactly what the trailer says. And here is the reason why. Everything that he does, you can do, and it really requires nothing extra. There's no fancy gimmicks. You just take a rubber band, you break it, you do the trick, and you restore it. Now, the question that you might have, which is a valid question, if you don't have it, you should have it, is how many rubber bands am I going to go through performing this trick? What's going on? Do I use the same rubber band to create the effect multiple times? And the answer is sadly no. That's the one thing that is a downside to this trick. So we're going to talk about the cons first, just get the negativity out there. One of the cons is that you will go through a lot of rubber bands doing this trick, okay? Now, another con is that all of it is completely easy until the very end, and the ending part is the hardest part. So the really great part that's really going to sell the trick completely and just kind of like finish it strong is going to be the most difficult part, which is kind of a downside. But that being said, I should say that it's not insanely difficult. The biggest problem with it is that it's a little hard to learn at first because you'll do the moves and you'll be like, am I doing it right? And mainly this is because, in my opinion, that one little section could have been taught a little bit better. You can still learn it. You just have to kind of pause it and kind of watch his fingers and make sure that you're doing the movement right at the very end of the routine. But that is most likely going to be the part that you have trouble with. That being said, everybody should still be able to learn it. They're just going to have to spend a little more time with it. And some of this is not even due to the teaching. It's just the fact that, and I should say it doesn't really have to do with the teaching at all, it's just the fact that the move is kind of difficult and you kind of have to discover what works for your finger specifically in the amount of pressure that you put yourself. So that's the reason why. It's just something that you have to learn by doing. So you need to practice that part. Besides that, there's not really any other cons at all, and it is fairly easy. I mean, I really think that even people who have, that aren't like the greatest at sleight of hand should be able to do this if they put in the practice. I learned the whole entire trick in 2 days, okay? Was able to do every move completely after 2 days, and I spent about 3 hours practicing the first day and maybe an hour and a half the next day, maybe not even that much, probably not even an hour the next day. So, with 4 hours of practice, I can say that is a pretty good trick, especially for something you can just do at any moment, basically impromptu, as long as you have rubber bands. Now, that being said, there is one other thing you'll need to know. You're going to need a bunch of rubber bands to kind of cover some of what's going on or to help you with the trick. At least that's what I recommend. And so keep that in mind. It's not like you can just take one rubber band from somebody else and do the trick. You are going to need more than one rubber band, ideally a bunch of them around your wrist. And if you've done a lot of rubber band magic, you understand that a lot of rubber band magic tricks require this. So that basically sums up everything you need to know about this trick. If you like this review, remember, please smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel, check out the Elite Magic Academy website and look at the cool stuff that's there. Anyways, thanks for your time, and hopefully I'll see you again next week.